Shut up! God damn it! I'm not yelling.
Okay, Boomer.
Welcome, friends and family, to another edition of the Boomer Council. We hit 1,000 subs. Oh my God. I can't even believe this, man. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I was driving down the road today. I had the man Star Wars obsession on the warpath to get me over the finish line today. And, well, the campaign was successful. So without further ado, let's bring in the homies, the boomers, the guys you're all here to see. How's everybody doing today?
Yo, it's great that you guys are wearing the same sweatshirt diagonally.
Oh, don't we look cute?
Yeah, it's so nice. Look at this. Congratulations, bro. Well earned, well deserved.
Yeah, man. Congrats.
It was crazy. I spent, I didn't want to go to work today, and I was at work, and I'm driving down a curvy mountain road.
Sweet.
Very curvy, trying to watch Obsession stream and also like refresh my sub count as it's going and going and going and go. And then Coach was actually the one that yelled it. He said, "Oh, hit it, let's go."
Nice.
Like,
love that group effort, man.
We did it. We did it, guys. We did it.
This is where the fun begins.
Yeah, man.
Begins. Yeah. So we got some stuff that we're gonna do. There's a bunch of fun stuff that's gonna come. I'm not gonna promise anything because oh my God, it takes time to do this stuff. So definitely the big one is gonna be the merch. The squad merch is the first step because I got a lot of graphic designing to do. So I'm gonna do that. But Obsession, huge shout out. Thank you so much for doing that, man. That was awesome. We got over the hump today, bro. We hit
it won't take as long as you think it will. Like I said, I don't think we've talked about this many times. But it's not going to take long. You're not using a lot of content. So, it doesn't take long. The one that I did took like a week. So
honestly, this whole thing is only successful because of guys like you. Guys like you, the girls in the community, everything like this. This is not an X-Wing accomplishment. This is a Hangar Bay thing for sure. Because community's always been the most important thing to me. And we wouldn't have what we have if we didn't have guys like Obsession. If we didn't have guys like Braden, Mama Bear in there just wrecking Discord, making one of the most awesome communities out there. I mean, and obviously guys like you, my co-hosts, my guests that are out here just vibing on some awesome Star Wars content, man. So I just want to let you guys know that I appreciate the hell out of you. Everybody that's in the chat right now talking, I appreciate the hell out of you. My moderators, everybody involved with the Discord, Solonic, Matt Risman, you guys, I just love y'all. Thank you so much. This is as much a victory for you guys as it is for me, if not more. So thank you.
And you deserve it, dude.
We got 1,000 bits. Let's go.
Yeah.
So we just spent some time. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna have a sip for that. Let's go.
Oh yeah, cheers, bro. What perfect timing too. All the stuff we got coming down the pipeline.
Just before, man. I was like, damn, I'm gonna hit 1K next year for sure. Okay, so we were actually just on a live stream, Matt Cave and I. We hopped into Daryl the Derelicts, and a certain man by the name of Dan the Man, actually, showed us something in the Book of Boba trailer I think you guys probably didn't see.
I didn't see any of it.
I want to share it with
Dan
you.
the Man is an OG.
Dude, that guy.
Wherever you're at, Dan. Shout out, Dan.
This guy, he showed me something.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just take a look at this real quick. We're just going to take a look. I want you to tell me if you guys see anybody that you recognize here.
I know where you're going with it already.
Yeah,
do you see anybody you recognize?
Are you talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi in the background?
Oh, yeah. See, it's even better right here. They're doing that on purpose.
Is that not Obi-Wan Kenobi?
I think that's a bait and switch, bro. I think
Yeah, it's
hold
too
on,
good.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. What are you doing?
No,
What are you doing?
You are
look
not
at this
giving
shot,
That,
You're reaching.
that's Obi-Wan Kenobi.
dude. We literally just spent like 15 minutes looking at this screenshot. It's like
Obi-Wan Kenobi's dead, bro. Come on.
no, but not if this is a flashback.
Come on.
Kristen doesn't think it's Obi.
I don't think it is either.
What?
Oh
No.
No. Hold on. I'm gonna. Oh, somebody's ringing. Yeah.
What's
Sweet.
the
So
time
here's what
frame?
I do.
I don't even know what time
parade.
it is.
Why don't you just literally shit all over it? Shit all over my parade.
You said it. I mean, you set it up. I'm gonna knock him down. I mean, that's like going bowling and just dropping the ball in the gutter and walking away.
Maybe not, though. Maybe not if this is a flashback. Maybe this isn't 9 years after his death. Maybe not everything happens in that time frame. I'm just saying that could be Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I agree. There's going to be flashbacks. Seems a little too light to be too dark. Either way, it's too light to be Jabba's palace. Jabba's palace.
Oh, yeah. So that's what I said. The lighting in there is not right for the cantina or Jabba's palace.
No, and so this could be Boba. I honestly figure this looks more like Boba going to somebody else to start. Because, like I said, I haven't seen the thing. I've seen bits and bobs, and I've heard this and that. But from what I gather, he's basically not going to rule with the iron fist. He's going to try to make there's enough money on the table for everybody kind of leader. And it feels like this could be another Hutt palace or another boss somewhere that he's going to bring into the fold. And that just seems like it's too obvious. It's a bait and switch.
That's Obi-Wan Kenobi.
No.
I don't care who you are, what you say. That is Obi-Wan Kenobi in the background.
You want to throw a pre-New Year's bet on this one?
Do it.
Ooh.
One for 100. I'm gonna have all you.
I'm not putting money on none of that.
Dude,
You want another? I'm down for it because I think it's too easy.
here's
It's
the
like
problem, though. They're not going to say anything about it. Is the problem? Is if he rolls through, they're not going to be like, "Oh, look, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi." You know,
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, this is gonna be like the Rex situation where now
Yes.
Rex is in the OT.
yeah.
They're just gonna say this guy was someday to make it fit.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
telling you, that's
I
Obi-Wan.
wouldn't put it past him.
I think it's
Okay.
Kenobi.
I feel like this is off-world. This is Boba off-world doing his negotiating. He's not going to stay in Jabba's cantina.
That's
And-
Alec Guinness in the flesh. Maybe not in the flesh, but you know what I'm saying.
Alec Guinness in the ghost, in the stand-in double, in the obvious in the background of two Twi'leks that mean dick.
I'm just
Well,
Too obvious.
let's.
What's the scene right before this? Is this on Tatooine?
So I think this is a clever mashup for a trailer. I don't think them walking into here is the same scene as.
No, I think that's where they're getting shot at.
I think those
Yeah.
are two different scenes.
Yep.
But what
I
is
agree.
again? I feel like what is the significance of these two?
Oh, and look at the guy
So
right to the farthest left. That's like Mace Windu in the black there. You can't even see his face. It's a hood that covers his whole face.
now we're reaching.
Uh,
So
So-
we had some other interesting thoughts, dude, because there is something else going on here. Now, Matt Cave, can you pull up the symbols that you were
Yeah.
pulling up before?
yeah, let me grab
Pull
those.
up in here for me, and I wanna talk about this because we had a thought about this little unsuspecting Twi'lek here. Little
That's-
tweet.
That's Ming Na Wen. Actually, you just don't know it.
That's definitely not Ming Na Wen.
So
I'm just throwing. I'm
think
just
she's a
throwing
bounty
stuff
hunter?
on the wall like you. Like, oh, that's
Oh,
Obi-Wan
you're
Kenobi.
you're
You're
so
so
racist.
Let's see if it's ready.
Oh, racist.
So before I pull this up,
Yeah.
take a look at this shot here, right? The Twi'lek in particular, the tan one,
hmm
her
Mhm.
headdress
Okay.
and potentially her necklace. We can't quite figure out what that is, but the headdress, the headpiece right in the middle there,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Do you see
Jedi.
my mouse pointer?
It's
Mhm.
Republic.
right?
It's
So
Jedi.
let me pull my
You would think, right? You would think that that's Republic, but
Well, it looks like
What we have is this symbol here, which according to this label, I know it's small up
shit.
here, it says Dark Side Alliance. Next to it is Black Sun. Then we have Old Republic, Boba Fett, Jedi Order.
Yeah.
Those two on the top left there. Look at that. Look at that. It's
Yeah.
Dark Side Alliance
Hell yeah.
and Black Sun.
I'm
So
on board
now,
with that.
when you go back and you look at this, don't you see Dark Side Alliance and Black Sun?
Where's the Black Sun?
Well, actually, I think
Inside-
I caught it. Go back a few frames. Her earring.
Yeah, I don't know about the
maybe
earring.
not. No, okay. I thought maybe that was.
Yeah, I don't like it for the earring, but the front emblem right here. So Dark Side user, Black Sun. Now I know that this tweak does not have
Dark Side Alliance
use or anything, but they have been talking for a long time about bringing a certain Dark Side tweak into the universe. Darth Talon?
Talon?
Darth Talon?
She actually was that skin tone.
Well, she was tattooed up.
She was she
was
she was red.
She looked like Maul.
Reaching.
She looked like Maul.
There's no reason to have just a random Twi'lek here with that headdress on.
Yeah.
For no reason.
I mean, unless it's just, Dark Side Alliance, they're just people who side with not the Jedi, not the Republic.
I mean, if you're
think it's probably one of the higher up. It's one of the higher up, clans or guilds or whatever you want to call them. But
yeah, but bro, like Palpatine definitely used Sith sorcery to hide his appearance, right? This is like stuff that we see. Couldn't Darth Talon have chameleon and change her skin color or do something like that for? Oh, did Matt Cave leave? All right, see, but
yeah, you could.
No,
could potentially, but
no.
I don't think they're going to introduce too many Force type things in the show.
You don't think so?
No, I think they're going to stick more bounty hunter and more with the underground.
Are you a
more
Mace
aligned with like Andor?
Are you a Mace denier?
Not a Mace denier. I want him to be alive. I do think he could survive that fall, but I think this show is going to be more isolated to the Mandalorian story and that kind of stuff.
I think if we're gonna get flashbacks, it's gonna be some real juicy pieces. So for me, if we get flashbacks, I think the flashbacks we get are gonna be more suited to like a Cad Bane duel, a Sarlacc pit.
That's the only flashback I think we're gonna get is the Sarlacc.
I think
Cad Bane's alive.
Yeah.
I don't think Cad Bane's alive at this point. I think you have to solidify that transition in Who's the Baddest.
I think he's on the list.
Yeah, I think Cad Bane it has to be a flashback. Doesn't Cad Bane give him the dent on the helmet?
Yeah, and they purposely showed him alive with the plate in
and
Bad Batch.
The question was, didn't he have the ding in Mando?
No, in Bad Batch he had a plate.
No, you're talking about Cad Bane. Cad Bane had added technology because Palpatine was
the dent was there.
The man of the
man.
What up, Dan?
The dent has always been there. We've always seen the dent, except for when it was Jango's armor.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Here was another theory that we had here. So we've seen that Boba's face is way less messed up now.
Wait, back it up.
The eyebrows alone are the
he's got eyebrows,
most striking,
which is nice. Eyebrows are always good. Is this a back to tank where he's healing like Vader to get rid of some of those scars?
Let's go.
Tanning booth.
A revigorated Boba Fett. Come on. Come on.
Who said, was Matt Cave? Was that you or was that Dan? He was like, "This is the Polynesian spa."
Right that was
100%.
100%. The Polynesian spa.
Yep.
100%. That's Polynesian spa. And then that little modified pit droid. I want to see that thing. It's sick. So his armor Oh,
got
see,
some
it does
blast
have
bolts.
the slash here. It has the slash.
Yeah, it's got some blast bolts. It's a little weathered, so you could say this is a little while after he took over.
Right.
But really, I mean, I just feel like if we're gonna get flashbacks, you're not gonna see Obi-Wan Kenobi just hanging out in the background of a Mos Eisley cantina.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah,
Because
exactly.
what relevance does it have to the Boba Fett story? It doesn't do anything.
The way I see it, though, if
And
that Twi'lek, for example, is a dark side user, Obi-Wan could have felt the presence, and that's a threat to Luke.
Ooh, go to investigate it.
So go check it out, see what's
Why
going on.
That user near, yeah.
Like
Okay.
the episode doesn't have to be about Obi-Wan. It could just be like actually what we were saying. Just why would he be there in the background? Well, that kind of leaves it to your imagination of, well, we got this dark side user. Obi-Wan's there investigating it.
Maybe this ties into the Obi-Wan show.
it seems
Or
like
You have a crossover scene.
Boba knows Kenobi. He met him as a kid.
Get that cord out of my face.
I feel like this is just showing, they're giving you guys some bait that you're biting on. I could see always dark side supportists out there for Palpatine, right? Especially during these times. There was always, priestesses or cultists that were a part of, that were hiding in the shadows. And I just feel like it's a little too easy. It's a little too easy. I don't think it's anything. I don't think it's what we think it is. I think it's more current pace, and you're just seeing a guy who looks like Kenobi. That's very perfect for them.
Yeah, a lot of these syndicates are just trying to not be policed by anything that the Republic represents, anything that Jedi represents.
Is that Jar Jar Binks on the left? Please, I want him to be alive.
Ooh,
What?
Jar Jar? Well,
his nose is too short.
Oh, bummer. It's just.
No, that's a Twick.
Oh, you didn't watch this?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen any of it.
We did see what was it in
right.
one of the comics? We see Jar Jar's fate. He becomes just like a street performer, like a clown.
Bro.
What?
Yeah, and
was-
I'm pretty sure that planet was a part of Hosnian Prime. So rip Jar Jar Binks.
Rip.
No, he's
Pour
I
one
think
out for him.
He's a hiding dark side user that was using his clown.
The essence transferred right before the planet exploded.
Okay. All right.
Sith Lord would.
I didn't see much here in this section. There wasn't a whole lot going on.
I
but
think that part right there's a translation going on while this alien is speaking. It's being translated for the room.
Yeah, that's the Hammerhead. And when you open up the subtitles,
I don't know where this is.
it says Alien 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're getting smarter about not putting things in their closed captions.
I
They're
love
like,
this.
"Oh, write a new one
whole
for the
city
trailer."
set up here.
So this is cool because I was looking at it. I'm like, dude, doesn't this look like Theed? This has like a very Naboo feel to it in that tower right there.
Yeah, the rounded tops to the building.
Yeah. Yep. And then you can see how
Looks
massive
like Isengard.
the city is massive. And people are like, oh, that's Mos Eisley. I'm like, dude, no. And then people are like, Jeddah. It's got to be Jeddah where the laser hit on Jeddah. And I'm like, dude, where the laser hit on Jeddah,
It's a mountaintop.
almost destroyed the planet. Like the crater
Yeah.
would be a lot bigger. These are cliffs. This is not a
But
crater.
I didn't even see that before. There's more city up on that
Yeah.
back end.
All the
Yeah.
way
All
back through
sprawling.
here, and then there's elevators going up the side of the cliffs.
Yeah.
It ain't Jeddah.
No, this is probably something we haven't seen before.
That's what
No.
I'm thinking.
We
New
lost
city-
X-Wing, I think.
New desert planet, new.
X-Wing's
New-
camera is frozen up.
No, he's
What?
not.
He's not.
He's good.
He's moving.
Oh,
I feel okay. Do you feel okay?
okay.
Are you okay?
Definitely on my end. My bad, bro.
Yeah, whatever.
Hey.
The homie.
Oh my god, I miss you, bro. I hope you're doing okay. I clapped. That was a mistake.
Yep, you done did it. It's not.
There it
Gonna,
is.
I was gonna say it's not gonna come back on.
That was weird.
Do you got a lightsaber attached
was
to a
weird.
clapper?
It's an LED. Darth Vader clapper.
That's great.
Yeah, it's a little Darth Vader clapper. So when I clap, it says the force is strong with this one, and it turns on my LEDs. And then when I clap, it says you.
And then when you clap, it turns off, and we
That's
laugh.
wild.
Yeah, but sometimes I open up a beer and it thinks I'm clapping. So it's terrible. It turns it off every time.
Hilarious.
It's not Jetta. It's no.
Oh, yo.
Oh, you almost got me, motherfucker. You almost just busy working and being tired. Welcome to my life, my friend. I feel you. This is the real world. Don't forget.
Welcome to the real world.
All right, so we're gonna pan out, and we did get a JJ lens flare, but
Do you think anything about that ship?
so I was saying this earlier. It looked like the Razor Crest coming in, didn't
That's what
it?
I thought.
It's
That's what I
got
thought.
the fat underbelly.
Doesn't that
Yep.
look like the Razor Crest? The only thing I would say is that the
Kinda do.
engine almost looked like they're a little too far back.
That was just my first thought.
It kind of looks. You remember the refugee ship that Anakin and Padme took?
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of that with the engines like way in the back.
The reach.
Mm-hmm.
I love the reach.
You can't just take my stuff. Come on, man. You got to come up with something funnier, something newer.
No, you're feeding your stuff to you is even better.
Ugh.
Okay, so that's Jabba's palace. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, look at the light. Like it's dark, it's seedy.
Yeah, that was not Jabba's palace.
Not-
You wouldn't catch Obi-Wan walking into Jabba's palace, anyways. So then
I thought this was.
Now
I
that
thought this scene where they get drawn on was where they walk into where we watched earlier.
yeah, well, and that light, that background and lighting looks color wise looks more like where you saw your Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh,
That-
yeah. It
That
is
lighting is
darker.
definitely more of
look
a.
at all
of
these
the
people
color.
are holding their guns. It's so rough.
Finger on the trigger, ready for it.
No, it was like my big beef is everybody just stuck their gun under their armpit. I'm like, dude, not how you do
That's
guns.
the Boba Fett way, though. Like, and they're shooting. Hold on, back it up.
Yeah,
Pause
he's got
it
the
right there.
extended stock.
Yeah, like he's like Boba's always from the pit, but Fennec, we've seen Fennec shoot that way too.
Well, Fennec shoots from the pit for sure.
You know,
Which is just oh my god,
Blasters too. Is there kickback?
100%,
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure,
100% all
a
day,
little bit,
100%. Yeah,
because they're
It's not just
bolts,
like a
they're
beam.
blaster bolts. There's still something.
Bolts.
for
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a physical.
It's not a laser
Yeah.
phaser.
For sure.
look at how clean
I'm just thinking
looks
pew,
right there.
pew.
There's no way that this is not a flash. Look at how clean
Look at
he
that.
looks, dude.
But look at the paint. The
Flashback,
paint-
but he's with
Boba's
Fennec.
armor didn't look that good until the repaint in Mando.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
True.
he's
Now
obviously
he's got some new
in
dings.
the Polynesian spa.
Yeah, he's
And
definitely
got
using that
Fennec
pun.
by his side right there because he's obviously
It's funny.
she's guarding when he's in the Polynesian spa, getting
And the
his
paint job was mint.
yeah, and he's had a
Like
couple.
this is new
blaster bolts.
damage.
I just
Yep.
keep hearing like, use the Victor.
Use-
Use the Victor.
Oh God.
Told ya. Use the Victor.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
This is new stuff. All of this stuff with his new pretty face. It's because he's been in Jabba's palace using all of
Eyebrows.
Jabba's, you know, because
Yeah.
Jabba had the best stuff, man. Jabba took the best stuff from everybody.
So this is a scene Hawks was talking about right there.
There's somebody
Yeah.
walking up there.
Somebody walking up.
Mhm.
For sure.
What's that scene? Who's walking up to Jabba's palace?
What if that's the Boba entrance scene?
No,
Could
because
be.
Fennec would have been with him.
This
do
is
you
how
know?
it opens up.
Yeah, I think this is how it opens.
Opening scene is going to be Sarlacc. 1000%.
I hope that would be sick.
That would be sick.
Dude,
but
1000%.
Him going in. I want to see a I
Like
don't know
a
how they do that
little
rotoscope.
Mandalorian helmet. It's like,
All right,
Mhm.
I got it.
Yeah, bro.
I got it.
right.
You guys ready?
Give me
Let's
the technicals.
This is Boba Fett after the Sarlacc, and Bib turns him away, and that's why he comes for Bib.
Sheesh. All right, I'm down.
Ooh.
But
That's what
doesn't
it is. He
okay.
doesn't have his
doesn't
armor
Bib say that he's like we thought you were dead?
because he left him for dead.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
You know,
Mm.
maybe he knows how dangerous he is. Jabba just dies. He knows Boba beat his ass, so he snaps
Wrong.
his fingers. Oh,
I
come
hope
on.
so.
A
I hope
couple
so.
of Jabba's
Thank you.
thugs grab him, They take him on a thing. They throw him in the middle of the desert, expecting him to be dead. That's why he says,
I don't like
thought
that.
he
No,
was
see, I
dead."
don't like that because now you're removing the struggle of him and the Sarlacc. I like him
No,
hiding.
this is after the Sarlacc. Like he goes for
That's
help.
what I'm saying.
Like,
Yeah, if he
Bib,
was,
we're people. I need some. I've done for you. Let's hook a brother up. And Bib's like, get rid of him. And that's the beef. Because why else would he beef with him? Right? Why would he be on the list? Just because he's on the throne?
It's Omega.
it's
Omega.
sure Omega. Damn, I didn't even think of that.
Dude, I hope we get the whole even if they play it off like Boba Fett is hallucinating, I hope there's some sort of communication between him and the Sarlacc pit while he's trying to find his way out of there. Because I think in a Legend comics there is like a telekinetic link between like
So
the Sarlacc can communicate.
It talks to you as it
talks
eats
to
you
you
for
while
like
it eats
millennia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it can communicate.
Just telepathically talks to you about how I'm going to digest you over 1,000 years.
Damn, your cake tastes so good.
Girl, you taste good. I'm gonna savor you and take it real slow.
Okay,
That's
so let's not do that. Book of Boba. I don't know. This is an important scene, right? It's got to be an important scene.
I think it's the intro. I think it's the very first scene they're gonna pan up on. So either that's somebody coming to pay their respects to Boba as the new guy, or that's Boba himself for me after the Sarlacc.
Are they leaving?
And it's connected to the spider part, right?
Yeah.
I
Are
think
there
spider in
tracks
the beginning?
behind it though?
You talking
Would that
about
be a droid?
Bomar monks?
There's tracks.
Yeah, isn't this the same area?
Yeah, the Bomar monks. That Jabba's
could be
palace
all-
was built by the Bomar monks, and then when Jabba came in, they kicked him out.
Who?
Yeah, that's fair. I think, right?
I don't think it's Luke. I don't think they use Luke in this show. I think this is all about the gritty Boba Fett and how he is in for himself and to build his empire after being away for so long.
Ooh, here you go.
He let these clowns run the game while he sat and watched for a lot of years, and he's tired of watching, and he's here to run the game. He's not here to play second fiddle. So that's why they say all killer no filler, because he's not talking. If you're not doing what he wants to do, you're on the floor. That's it. Game over.
Yep.
Like this isn't not going to be the Luke and Din show. If Din shows up, it might happen. There might be a little like, hey, I need you. Oh, I'm busy doing this thing, right? Whatever. But eventually, inevitably, this is the Boba Fett show. This is all him. They don't need to bring in these other things to make it good.
Yeah.
So he said, could it be Naboo? I don't think so.
Refugees?
That stuff is pretty nasty there. That looks like a desert planet for sure.
Yeah. I mean, this is gonna be Godfather style mafia families. We see them all at the table talking just like you would in a mafia film. You know, we got
There was some other stuff I wanted to talk
lip.
about you didn't get to. We got to hop back into that trailer.
Oh, okay.
I'll pull it back.
The people with the shields.
I am about Mace being alive, but I don't want him here.
I want him here. This is the best place to have him. This is the only place to have him, dude.
Nah.
Are you kidding me? I think I'm with casual. I think that's Din. Who else do you know that's going to be completely alone walking up to Jabba's palace?
Without a ship.
Without a ship, dude. That one, I'm right on the head. Yep. I think that's Din. Yep.
Just going to borrow a ride.
I like that.
Hey, can I use Slave 2 for a weekend? I promise I'll put gas in.
I promise I'll bring it back. And then we get here.
Dude, I hope one of them is Bosk.
So that was the question, right?
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about earlier too. Oh, we didn't even think we weren't
It's
even
the guy
talking
with the
about
doofy eyes, though, right?
But actually, you disagreed with me before, I think, and you may be absolutely right. But I could have sworn that was supposed to be Sid right there.
That's even better.
I was
oh my
thinking,
God.
okay, this is Sid, right? But here's the
think
problem. As these Trandoshans age, their stuff becomes more prominent, like you can see from this guy right here. This is after the Bad Batch.
it's a female though. Maybe they're a little less aggressive looking
she
as
was
they get
old as
older.
She's been working out.
She was
She
old
was
to
old
begin
as
with.
Yeah, she was old as shit. I hear she'd be like they'd be dragging her ass around.
Well,
Um,
I
how
was gonna say
long
she's
do
been
they
doing some
live?
jobs by herself.
Yeah,
From what
we
it
don't
looks
know
like.
what's their
Don't
aging
they
like.
live like 400 years or some crazy kind of shit.
See, and I don't like the idea
That's the
that
best part. Sid was fat.
could have been on a diet. You
Oh,
know,
yeah. Did Sid start hitting curves and just like got it all? Yeah,
Pilates and started
I mean,
doing.
they're
the
whining and dining. They're not hurting right now, bro.
that's not
Yeah.
Sid. I'm putting
Yeah,
my
maybe.
that's
Yeah,
not
too thin.
And I don't feel like Bosk is at this table either. I feel like for me, Bosk is just he's an
Yeah.
outlaw. He's a bounty hunter. He's not sitting at their table breaking bread with these guys. He's out on the limb, on the wild side, out, doing what bounty hunters do. So
And
for
you know
me,
what,
this-
man? Like,
What if that's
I don't-
Bob there on the left?
Nah,
No, 'cause that's
Aged.
more like
He's
he'd be
made
aged, right?
worked with Boba. He's sitting there right next to him, close to the front of the table, because Boba knows
Giving him
him.
a side eye.
He doesn't trust him, but he knows him. You know what I mean?
you think
I
Bosk
feel
would
like
be sitting
He
there in a
knows the
cape?
guy.
You think Bosk would
Was
be
he
sitting
a
there in cape?
captain?
Come on. He's
Well,
not
what
sitting
was-
in a cape at the
Yeah.
table. He's sitting with his blasters and his armor. He's not sitting there in a cape. He's not a senator. Come on.
because they had the Trandoshans had like a hierarchy of, and it was all
Yeah.
about the hunt. It was a ritual. It was a thing. There was like a dedication to a lifestyle, and that was a.
That's what
You know,
I'm
this-
saying. So like he's done it right now. Bosk is like an elite because he
Yeah, I
lived
was gonna
the
say
life
double down.
with everybody, and now he's like an elite
He's
Trandoshan.
earned. He's earned the status to be able to have these kind of meetings.
If that was the case, wouldn't he be at the head of the table?
No,
Well,
Boba's
that's not his
at-
table.
Yeah, this is Boba's table, but
This
it was
is in Jabba's palace.
positioned in front of the
Yeah, the
table.
staircase
Yeah,
right there.
That's Bosk and his wife.
This is not Jabba's palace.
Look at the
I think it
staircase.
is.
The winding staircase.
They're right over the trapdoor.
Dude, the more I look at it, the more I think that might be Bosk.
Boss got a lady.
Hmm.
Lady boss.
Because you have to look at his dude.
I want my boss
between
lean and mean
there's-
though, like
There's a
in Visions.
Trandoshan guard right there. The scorekeeper. That's what I was trying to think of. There was the hierarchy. The scorekeeper. That's who this would be.
Mhm.
They talk about that in a Clone Wars
deep cut.
episode.
And as much of a badass as Bosk was, he wasn't part of the hierarchy, right? Like he was literally an outlaw, just like the rest of the bounty hunters, right?
Mhm.
Like he wasn't, he wasn't,
right there in line with Boba Fett.
yeah. I mean, he's an outlaw, man. He's not. If that's him, then he's with Boba. He's not with that clan or that guild or whatever.
Dude, I
it is.
bet you right behind Fennec Shand here on the right side of the screen, Dengar's sitting there.
That'd be sick.
There's Bosk right there, and then right
Some
on the
angles
other
they
side of
didn't
the table, right over here, there's Dengar.
Because what we have right here, this is the meeting of the families. This is the
Yes.
Godfather stuff right here, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So you look behind the Trandoshan, there's a Trandoshan guard. You look behind Black Sun, there's a Black Sun guard right there. So we're gonna have another family over off by Fennec.
Got to be the Huts.
Yep.
Got to be the
It
Huts.
could be the
Mhm.
Huts. It could be the
Gotta be
remaining
the
Huts.
It's got to be a
Yeah.
Hut. Whoever survived.
I'm trying to
All
look in between Ming Na
Yeah.
Wen's arm to see if there's something there. All I see
mean,
is red fabric.
I agree with you, Matt. I think it's got to be it. This is the meeting of the five families.
Mhm.
This is the Tony Soprano moment for Boba Fett saying enough of this end fighting. Bib's gone. I'm taking his area, but there's enough money on the table for everybody. Let's all eat good. And
Yeah.
I think there's a Hut sitting on the other side of that. And I mean, look, there it is right there. Who's there on the left?
Those ain't huts, bro.
That's what the that's too
Oh no, it's the guys with the big old eyeballs. No Dengar. Sorry.
Oh, that's a
Guys with the big eyeballs.
is that a
those-
sequel trilogy
they have
cut
like
right there?
spider
dude-
tendril type mouths. I don't know what the hell you call it. Mandibles.
Oh, maybe
Talking about like Warrens?
No. Nope.
I don't know. That kind of looks like the sequel trilogy
They're the
guy, the one that's in Jedi Fallen Order, who
They're the ones that
sacrifices
almost
themselves?
get fed to the menagerie.
The Pikes.
Those guys.
Oh, that could be a Pike mask.
That could be a Pike. They had those larger.
Totally
Weren't-
Pikes.
Weren't they part of Crimson Dawn though? Weren't they part of the
They
Pikes
they
were,
were.
Pikes, weren't they?
well, the Pikes got brought into Crimson Dawn.
Get your
Because-
fucking head out of my
Yeah, after
Maul released them all and told them to go into hiding until he
Yes, exactly,
Right.
Darth
Yeah.
Maximus.
told
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean,
badge faces. Okay.
I do like that that Boba's
Hey, they
guard
keep
just
it trim.
right behind.
Yeah, he's got the Gamorreans, Transocean. This is the families. This
Yeah.
is
I totally agree. There they
oh
are.
they're there. Yeah.
Right? What do you
Oh.
call those?
They're
They're mandibles, right? The mouth.
yeah, that's like the thing that
Lunchables?
mess with Luke. He doesn't like you.
I don't like
It's like
you
Mr.
either.
Dr. Saiyan
Not
from
the same species.
Planet of the Apes.
Oh, what is go back to that shot real quick.
This shot's dope too.
That is a good shot right there too. Oh, okay, never mind. I was trying to look at the one in the red, but that's not who I was thinking it would be. But this is a killer shot with them on the balcony.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're in the high tower.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the top of the palace right there. So
Yeah.
that extended. Look at
King
that.
of the
'Cause
castle.
we don't ever see that like that. It's always down that dome.
No.
Yeah, go back to the
Oh, no.
the beginning. That
Oh,
dome's
it's
always down.
closed. You think that shit opens?
No.
Yeah,
That's
look at the
where-
top there. Oh,
that's-
they're
right.
up there. I'm
Yeah.
thinking the top of the main.
No, that's the palace. This is like the living.
I think this shot right here and the walking up shot are right in the beginning of the whole series,
Yeah.
like
Oh, 100%.
Obsession was saying. Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
It's probably just Boba going to kill Bib or something. And then when he sits down, they start that conversation.
Oh God, I love that face.
Yeah,
Throwing
yo, this
Maui
part
on
is
him.
what I was going to touch on. These people right here with the red shields.
He always just has a kill face. Like that's what I love about Tamara Morrison. He has that like. Ooh.
Mhm. Oh, he'll go from
Man,
a
is this on
smile to a look
Tatooine?
of death.
No.
He always has the Haka face.
Yo, are those
Ah!
back
Some
it up.
super
I
fly
need
Jimmy
to know
Snuka
if
stuff right
this
there.
crater.
Wait. Back it up.
I need to know if this crater situation is on Tatooine or not. You guys think that's a
Not
different
on
planet?
Tatooine, dude. No,
No way.
So you think this is not on Tatooine either?
no.
Those
All
are
right.
those
Well, then my theory kind of goes out the window a little bit. But
this is gonna sound banana shit, but because you guys
They're called
because you guys
Aquila.
were on the dark disciple dark what was the
Alliance,
head- alliance
Dark Alliance, Dark Side
That's my
Alliance.
those look like dark apprentice dark like almost
Oh,
like
you-
dark Jedi.
You talking about these?
Yeah,
These
Like
guys
People with the
like
shields?
almost
the
like
shield.
Sith.
Nah.
Oh, nope. Hardcore, no.
Like what is that?
100%.
Maybe
blade?
the guy on the right, but that little thick guy right there, they're just
Dude,
they're
those are
just
Wookiee
police
Raiders.
officers with riot shields. That's all they are.
What was the group that raided the town?
Mando?
Where the guy took
Okay,
yeah,
so-
Mando. Where the guy
Yeah,
took
this
him
is
in.
my this is a theory that Khaleesi
Wookiee Raiders took over
yeah,
in Tatooine and posed as a mining group. So the guys that we saw that took over that town, those were Red Key Raiders.
who also have an alliance with Black Sun. And I'm pretty sure
And
yeah.
bam, there goes somebody's head. Oh my God, I love it.
I'm gonna make that like my
Yeah, those
desktop
guys have had
background.
confrontations with Cobb Vanth.
Oh, his face, dude. I just love how into it he is. He's like an angry New Zealander Joe Rogan.
Oh my god!
Just right?
Yeah,
He even looks like Joe Rogan right there.
Samoan.
There's a frame. Doesn't he look like Joe Rogan right there?
Yep.
I can see it.
Doesn't he? He totally looks like Joe Rogan. Right. Damn. And the best news of the day that nobody's even talked about we are going to get footage from Kenobi on Friday.
Nice.
Enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
You're still not going to watch it?
Why? Why am I going to ruin it? Am I going to ruin it?
You're killing me, bro.
I've been waiting for 2 years. It's like waiting for your girlfriend to get out of prison, right? It's like, are you going to go spoil it? No, you're going to wait, right? You'd be like, I got to see that. And that's what I'm talking about. I don't want any spoilers. I don't want any tasters. I don't want any of that shit. I want to see it in real time. And then you can ship me my money.
I'm thinking what we're going to get is not actual finished footage. I think we're going to see on set stuff, like looking like being on in the what's called the volume and stuff like that. Like I think we're going to be on set behind the cameras type footage.
Wholeheartedly disagree. I think
You think so?
We're going to get a sizzle.
I know, because they're saying we're going to get the Andor sizzle. I think that's
this is
going to
Disney
be the bigger
Plus
one.
Day, or no?
Yeah.
Next Friday, dude.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get a lot.
I'm almost thinking
If you
about
guys-
Off Boomer until Friday, just so that we can like.
I mean, I think the last event like this that I remember was when they just did like the title card for the Taika Waititi movie. They did a
Schoolhouse
thing
Rock,
for
Star Wars.
Yeah. And then they also like announced that they were going to do like 15 new Star Wars shows, 15 Pixar shows. They showed a bunch of the Pixar trailers, I remember, in Disney trailers, but no Star Wars stuff. So I think they're going to show like Star Wars and Marvel specifically at this event. So I'm hyped.
It's Friday, right? Next
The
Friday?
12th. November 12th, I believe.
So not this coming, the next Friday.
Yeah, next Friday.
Like I want to see the Andor sizzle stuff. I have no problem with watching a trailer or whatever for that. The Obi-Wan stuff though, I want to try. I'm with Obsession. I want to avoid it.
They're so weird.
I want
give me everything.
You know what? I never do that. I never avoid it. And a lot of stuff you end up seeing, it's like, oh wow, I saw like a ton of it. Like for this, I don't know. I'm just like, I want it fresh day one and just be surprised about everything.
I don't know. Okay. All right. I'm into that. Yeah. I mean, I get it. I get that you feel that way, but I also understand that like people are insane and don't think clearly and don't like being happy. So, you know,
I mean,
I've never been happy.
That again, it's what's your definition of success, guy? Like I'm not into ruining it for myself. I know it's
how's it gonna ruin it though?
Because I've been waiting for 2.5 years for this. Why am I going to go, okay, give me the best parts of the entire show? Because they're not trying to grab me. They already got me. Is that what
they did with Boba?
They're trying to get everybody else. They already got your money. They already got you hooked. You're going to be there on December 29th by hook or by crook.
Everything away with Boba?
Right? I don't care about Boba. I'll watch it right now. Kenobi is a totally different story. I wasn't waiting for Boba. Boba was given to us.
They are not going to give away Kenobi.
They're going to give away.
No.
They're going to give away good stuff because they're going to try to draw in new people. They already got all of us. They don't.
This is an OG fans show, and they're doing it for the OGs.
No, bro. They're not. They're not worried about you. That's what they're trying to do. They got your money. They just raised the prices, and I bet you didn't blink, right? So, and no one is. But now they're trying to reach that next 50 to 100 million people.
Kenobi's not the show to do it. Boba is. Kenobi's not.
Kenobi's absolutely the show to do it. Every generation knows Obi-Wan Kenobi.
That's
not
the thing.
Every generation knows Boba Fett.
Who the
sorry.
Doesn't know Boba Fett?
Well, sorry.
You know Obi-Wan Kenobi?
But Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Prequels, probably.
Next.
You know
Kids
who
that grew up
Boba
on the
Fett is?
prequels.
He did prequels.
Again, you get him for like 5 seconds.
Right.
The grand
child.
Okay, all right. How many Obi-Wan starships did they sell?
Go ask a random person on the street who is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
How many Obi-Wan Clone Wars armor pieces did they sell?
What's the most recognizable lightsaber that most people know?
Luke's.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Randoms, not us. Stop thinking about you and me. We don't matter. You got to
Wrong.
think about the random dipshits out here.
You're wrong.
Thank you, AZS.
Everything you're saying is wrong.
Oh,
I totally think Boba has more fan appeal
No,
than Obi-Wan
Boba
does.
has more hardcore diehards because those people did their research, have read the comics.
Well, then
have
go
looked at
fuck yourself.
right?
I'm
Every
tired of this. I'm
person
being
knows
attacked personally on stream, and I'm fucking
Obi-Wan
tired.
Kenobi. Every person knows Obi-Wan Kenobi, from an 80-year-old man to a 5-year-old watching Clone Wars. They know Obi-Wan
What
Kenobi.
happens? I get to 1,000 subscribers, and you guys just turn up.
I've been turning on you from day one, so these guys can join the bandwagon, bro.
What is happening,
Yes.
bruh?
But this is your boy's chance. This is Boba Fett's chance right now.
Yeah,
And he can play every clone, bro. Like he can be all the clones too. So
Within the fandom, the Kenobi series would be more prominent. I would say with out of universe fans, the Boba show would be way more anticipated.
not enough people know about Boba because Boba had what 10 minutes of screen time in the OG trilogy. He was a puppy in the prequels, right? He was a puppy in the prequels, and you didn't get any of him in the sequels. In the Clone Wars, he was a puppy that had like 6 episodes. You didn't see him in Rebels. Like, let's all right, it's my party, and I'll cry if I want to. Let's have a good time.
Them.
Look, but here's the thing that's different nowadays, though, is that
Better than Red 5.
I agree. Like, it's more of the sweaties that are going to be knowing Boba Fett way more than normal people would just know Obi-Wan Kenobi, right? But all the people that came into Mandalorian, just the average Joe off the street, got introduced to Boba Fett in that show.
For sure.
Yeah,
So
that comment
now-
right there is proof. Star Wars casual knows who he's a casual and knows who Boba Fett is.
But if you
Yeah.
look at
So
if you
casual.
go across
Exactly.
the
That's what I'm saying.
right now,
Yeah.
now he's hot. Which show has more anticipation? Right? Honestly, Kenobi has more hype behind it than any other Star Wars
In the fandom or outside the fandom?
everywhere.
Everywhere. I would say that's
Boba has more hype right now. Outside.
Boba's
Because it's
Boba's
coming.
like that buzzword right now, right? Because that's hot off of Mandalorian, and all the people who were in there just to watch Baby Grogu get Boba, and they're like, "Oh, cool, this guy's badass." Also, so we're gonna have returning audiences coming into the show that have no idea why he's here and what his
That's what I'm
background
saying.
truly is.
They don't know who he is. They're just like, that guy was cool. He had the cool ship and blah, 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 right? Like, that's what they're attached to. It's just like Bo-Katan. All these people were introduced to Bo-Katan. They're like, who is this lady?
Mhm.
Right? What's with the boob armor? Well, go back and watch some stuff, bro. You'll see a lot of that in the animated stuff with Mandalorian. So back up a little bit and go do your homework. But yeah, I mean, it's true, man. Boba in the original timeline until the last 6 months to a year, nobody really, aside from the sweaties, nobody really knew a lot about him. But a lot of people know. Well, yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi is that guy who died in the first.
Back your ass up, motherfucker.
But it's not a bad thing. Because
get
think about it. How much bigger is the audience for both of these shows now? Because of things like the success of Mandalorian, the return of Clone Wars. Our fandom has grown. And now there's these people who didn't know all this stuff are now interested in learning about this stuff. So now we get things coming back, right?
And I look like a hipster. I liked him before you did.
I like them.
Well, and that's the big thing right now is, yes, Boba is the buzzword, right? Because the trailer just came out, everybody's fawning over it. But the show that has the most secrecy, the show that has no leaks, it's the meat and potatoes. Yes, thank you, Kat.
Potatoes.
Meat and potatoes.
Meat and potatoes.
Yeah. So I know you're reaching You're on a reaching day. You're reaching for that being Obi-Wan Kenobi in the background. You're reaching, but it's okay.
That was Obi-Wan.
I keep bringing you into these things.
Obi-Wan.
You're just damaging, okay? You're just damaging to me, okay? You're hurting the brand, okay?
I promised myself I would cry.
You're hurting the brand on stream.
Oh my god!
You should start saying that now instead of re.
Ray!
Yeah, we'll all know. We'll all know what it means.
I got to use the little potty room real quick, but I would leave you with a question.
This always ends up with us debating whether or not
Look,
Mace
he's
is
already
alive.
thinking with his mustache.
Oh, I've thought about this for some time. Would you rather have Mace save Grogu or Mace fight Boba?
Neither.
Jeez.
I mean,
I hate you
Grogu,
so much.
Grogu by a landslide.
Neither.
Grogu by a landslide.
I want R2 to save Grogu, and I want Mace Windu to get killed by Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's it.
You did mention that. Then
Yeah,
that
that's
would
my
be a
go.
kick.
R2 can only save him if he fits right inside perfectly, and he just transports him that way, and he's just like all snuggled inside his belly.
Snug as a
That's the
bug.
only way. With some chicken nuggies too.
The legendary Tron is here. What's up, sir?
But
Yo,
yeah, a lot of people think that Luke and Grogu are going to come back in this show.
But I don't think in this show. This show is not going to highlight
Well, if Din
major
comes
players
back-
like that. This is about the,
Din's on
the
another mission.
gritty underworld. Like they would actually hurt themselves by bringing in big players like that, because now it's going to completely distract
Yeah.
from this brand new original story.
Well, it doesn't have to be at the beginning. It can be like a postie
Hmm.
at the end of the whole thing, just to link it to the next show.
I mean,
Well,
for
that's
me-
fine. Yeah.
For me, if we see Din Djarin, I want to see Din Djarin and Bo-Katan and the whole clan that's going to war with the Empire saying, look, when they're done with us, they're coming for you. Help us.
Facts.
Give us your army, right? You're the leader of the 5 families now. We need this thing, and this territory is yours, right?
Mm.
We're out. We're gonna go fix Mandalore. But for me, that's my end game. That's where I think their cinematic event is going to. I think it's going to be the battle on Mandalore for Mandalore, and everybody comes back. That's when we get to see Luke and Grogu. That's when we see Bo and Din and the Mandalorian and the Armorer and every Mandalorian that's still alive. That's when we get Boba and Fennec, and that's what's.
Yeah.
I think this is highly, highly likely, actually, that the two of
Can
these.
we just stop making main characters bang?
I mean, why did he save her life, bro?
It has happened with every single Star Wars, male and female, forever. I am so
life debts.
Well, that's but you don't know the life debt didn't go the other way because
she's got a mechanical yeehaw.
right.
No,
No, she's
she's not as hungry. She's not as hungry.
See her
It's
open
perfect.
up her stomach.
She can't get hangry anymore.
Look,
Just
honestly,
give her a
like,
Snickers.
she was around during the times of Omega, right? During the Bad Batch, right? She was there.
Family
Boba
ties.
was still a kid, right? He was still a child, also, if not a child, close teenage, stuff like that. So I feel like maybe she saved his life once upon a time, doesn't recognize him in his old age, whatever the case. But I think
Bro, what if
he recognizes
man.
talent, and he knows if he's going to go and do what he wants to do, he needs somebody else that's just as good as him.
Dude, Bayou's part of it. Okay, so this is where all of this comes from, and Bayou's part of this. Hawks, you're part of it too. The anime crowd wants to see every main character make babies with each other. You're part of the anime crowd. You big into the anime stuff. They were like the
I don't know when I said I want everyone to have babies.
Raylos, they want to have babies, and now we've got
Maybe said Luke Soka once, but that was kind of
Luke
half a joke.
Luke and Ahsoka? Really?
Yeah, that's
So
that's
anime,
John.
everything we're doing.
That's the Den of Nerds. That's John.
Yeah, you guys haven't heard that one yet?
Do I have to still be next to this guy?
No, it's better when you guys are diagonal anyway.
Yeah, it does my eye line better too.
There you go.
There we go.
Like it's
Ruined.
like Team Squid Game right now. What is up?
Oh man.
But yeah, I
Grogu's,
think,
Grogu's first line is going to be on your left.
Has to do with triggering X-Wing.
yeah,
But actually, I don't think that one is too far fetched.
honestly, I think it's more respect. I think it's
Yeah.
I owe you my life and I trust you with my life.
That's how all the 90s action movies started, bro.
Oh,
Come
bro.
on, Jean-Claude. Always got the girl.
Did you
Every
get hit in
single
the head
time.
today?
Every
It's
single
not
time.
the 90s anymore, bro. That's 30 years ago. Wake up.
You were the one who just said who this show is for. I'm not gonna
Thank
repeat
you.
it, but you said that.
Publicity.
Luke Soka,
So-
you're canceled.
Cancel, bro.
Oh,
It's all right. I'll be canceled with you.
Half
I don't
serious.
think I don't
Half
like that.
serious.
Unsubscribed.
That's the first thing you're gonna say when you come in here. Jeez. I see how it is. You don't even say hi. You just canceled.
Fuck
Bye.
Step into my office. Why? Because you're fired.
All right, I got it. I know who's walking up to the palace.
Who?
Uh-oh.
It's Zam's sister seeking revenge.
Yes.
Did Zam have a sister?
Who knows?
Oh, okay. So
Canceled.
if that's the case, I'm gonna be like, you know what? Fuck it. It's Dash Rendar. Dash Rendar is walking up. Yeah, there we go.
Mhm.
That's Zero the Hut. It's walking up there.
Oh,
What if
God.
it's Cobb Vanth?
Dude, this is a good question.
Cobb Vanth wouldn't be a bad. I wouldn't mind that. That doesn't. I don't hate that.
That's a good point.
No, I
Well,
do like
actually,
that
he's
question,
an unaltered
actually.
clone.
He's
But-
unaltered.
They
True.
Can
he's
he?
unaltered, but they made the other clones sterile, so they can't reproduce.
I'm
Right.
super excited to make the video. Like, confirmed, Boba has a sex scene in Book of Boba. So many
Mhm.
clicks.
Hey, listen, if Palpatine does, Boba Fett does. All right.
But
That's
I think that's why the Alpha and the Omega are such a big deal to the Kaminoans.
Oh my god, I'm changing my channel name.
They are.
Stash Rendar.
He's changing his channel name to XXX-Wing.
It's not gonna be X-Wing anymore. I've worried about that because I've typed in X. There's like a bunch of people with the channel name X-Wing, and mostly it was people who created a mobile app that's like a flight simulator, and it's called X-Wing, and they're verified. So if I go to get monetized and they're like, nah,
They won't.
X-Wing's taken, I'm gonna be like, Stash Radar. 1,000%.
I sent somebody the link to your channel, followed by the Doctor Strange GIF where he just multiplies himself when he's fighting Thanos, and to
Nice.
find out the real one, he just fries all of them, and then the real one's there. X-Wing, it's hard. It's hard.
There's only one, bro. There's only one
There
X-Wing.
can be only one.
Yes, sir.
Stash Rendar XXX.
Oh my god.
That's fantastic.
X-wing pilot Stash Rendar.
Dude, Stash Rendar is just like, it's so beautiful.
It really
I
is.
actually like
On
that
my
a
butt
lot.
cheek, honestly. Like,
Just
so nice.
See,
Anyway.
you got to do what early YouTubers did, where you have an alternate persona. You just come onto a stream one day and you're Stash Rendar.
You got the jumpsuit already.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about.
I think you can find a helmet somewhere.
Yeah.
So there have been a couple times where, so my fiance works for a brewing company.
Nice.
Actually, it's a distribution company, and she brings me beers all the time. She's like, try them. And so I just sit here and I drink them on stream. Sometimes they're like 9%, 10%, and I don't pay attention. I was on a stream with Justin is Lost, and I drank 3 of these tall big boys. At the end of the stream, I had the Death Watch helmet on, and I was flexing, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's what it's about, my guy." I'm like,
That's amazing.
Oh my god!
Oh,
and
bro,
I
Gotta find the
watched
replay.
back, and, like,
Mm.
as
I
soon
thought
as
about
we got to the
texting him, I'm
backstage,
like, "Can you
it's
please delete
I'm
that?"
so drunk.
That's fantastic.
So, it was so bad. It was
And that was
not
2
good.
p.m.
It was hilarious. It was really
It was not 2 p.m.
good.
I worked that day. I definitely worked that day. Try a
Work.
21, but
Oof. Mm-mm.
that's not beer. That's hard
It's like beer
alcohol.
where I'm from.
What?
There's a Vermont beer that's like a 14%, 13%, something like that.
Does it just taste like rubbing alcohol?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
wine. That's
Straight
called
up
wine.
barley.
Yeah,
bourbon,
barley wine.
something.
Barley wine. Yeah. Okay, so last thing I wanted to go over. Oh my gosh. Talk amongst yourself. I have to think of something.
Just can't be ready.
Stash Rendar would be ready.
Mm-hmm. Gotta earn that.
Who wants a mustache ride?
Wow.
He reminds me. Like,
Actually, here's a funny story. All of the guys on the cover of Super Troopers graduated from Colgate University, which is in my hometown. And their first film that they did in college was filmed there. I want to say it's called Puddle Jumping or Puddle Skipping. You guys can find it. And then they did like whatever that Club Dread movie was, but they did like a little premiere in my tiny ass town, and they all came back for it. It was cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I love those movies. The sequel was actually not terrible.
It's not terrible. I saw it.
No.
It was all right. It was funny.
Mhm.
second
Although,
Super Troopers was pretty
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
But the opening, just once your stash comes fully in, then you got to get the thing of the syrup. You just chug it.
Yes. The next 1,000. When you hit the next 1,000, we're chugging.
Next
syrup.
1,000, chugging some syrup.
It's an oversimplification, but yeah. I was trying to find a set of pictures and I can't find them. So this is where we go to open forum. To all of the 25 people that are here, enjoy this shit show. My first question would be, why did Luke throw his father's saber over his shoulder?
We're going there. We're going there.
I really want to hit that
We're
back.
going there.
I like how everybody just got COVID for like 2 seconds.
You really want to smack that giant
That fucking donkey. I'm ready to go. This is X-Wing After Dark. I've hit 1K at this point.
All
What
right.
are they going to do? I don't care. Let's
Can
go.
I counter your question with a question?
Sure.
I have. I'll make it a two-parter, but we'll start with number one. How do we feel about the Darth Maul show that is coming?
Where did you hear that?
Animated show.
I heard that today. It's an animated.
I've got an
Maul show.
answer for yeah. Okay,
He's trying to hijack it. He's trying to hijack it.
yeah. He's
Don't let him
he's
do it.
the
Don't let him do it.
captain that's like, there's an iceberg, and
It's
he's
just
like,
a rumor. It's just
wait
a
it.
rumor.
And I'm like, no, hit the iceberg.
Hit the iceberg. Come on. You guys don't want a Maul show pre-solo?
Actually,
I'd watch a Darth Maul show.
I want to get salty.
I wanted
I'm
more
ready.
Sam
solo
Witwer.
after that tease.
I'm ready to get like let's get angry a little
And-
bit.
Sam
we feel
Witwer,
about-
the guy that voiced Anakin, and who's the third one? Obsession. All the voice actors are turning anyhow. I'm hyped.
The guy that
Dryden
plays
Voss.
Boss is coming
Yo,
back.
and I really want this animated.
Kira?
There's a
I hope.
question I need answered is where the hell did Dryden Voss get that Mandalorian armor, bro?
Yeah, but he's
I want to
dead.
go one further.
And then
This would be
Blade.
pre-solo.
And the Sith holocron and
Fly.
shit.
Pretty
And
solid.
my other question is, where did he get those badass blades?
Yeah,
Yeah.
all
Like,
that shit.
They're like the ones the Imperial guards used to carry, right? The ones that it's like a normal blade, but it's just got the edge.
And if he's
saber,
bro, if he's working with Maul, why is he letting him hold a holocron? Like, there's a massive Sith holocron just chilling there.
He's got a ton of stuff in that.
Yeah, it
He's
blows my
got
mind.
one of the Mandalorian helmets with the spikes when
He's
Darth
got the
Maul was
whole
running it.
He's got the whole shit, head to toe.
That's
Like,
another.
who'd that
You
belong
know what?
to?
That's another. On one of the streams, we got to do what we did with that trailer, and we got to break down moments of Solo because there's a ton of Easter eggs in that
I'm
movie.
down.
X-wing is pooping his pants right now. He
Okay,
needs to change
no.
his diaper.
Ugh.
All right, wait, no, let's go back to
That's the
talking about
question.
throwing the sabers over his shoulder.
Why
All right,
did
that'll
he
be
throw
fun.
the saber over his shoulder?
Yeah,
Because
I'm
there wasn't
already
a hand
half
with it.
canceled, so you guys got to start.
There wasn't a hand with it. He wanted his hand back more than he wanted the saber back.
And how come his hand didn't go dink onto the rock when he disappeared?
Well, it doesn't belong to him.
Look, man,
You know, he
when
has
you're-
his own saber.
okay, when you're done with something, you never been done with something in your life, and somebody's like, "Hey, play that cello for me," and they hand you a bow, and you're like, "Nah," and you put it down and walk away, or anything of that nature. You've never given like, "I'm done with this. The hell with this. I'm never putting on. I'm never
No,
strapping
my
on.
cello's sitting right there.
Bowling.
I'm never strapping on a helmet again and getting in that cockpit. I'm never doing any of that stuff. You've never had that moment in your life where you're like, okay, checkmate, I'm done. This is over. Thank you. Have a great day.
That's kind of me with bull riding a little bit.
Super
But-
duper trooper. That's what I'm talking about. So
But if
anybody
somebody,
says, hey,
if
same
somebody who's like an extremely talented young kid who was a bull rider and walked up to me and was like, "Hey, can you train me?" I'd be like, "You got the passion, kid. Let's go."
I'm just saying,
like-
But training that
No,
kid
I'm
in
tired
bull
and I'm
riding.
old and I hate this. I don't want to do it
There-
anymore.
there are certain things at certain times in life when you are done
Keeps
and
fixing it.
somebody hands you your X tool of trade and you're like, yeah, thank you, next.
I hate these analogies because training a young person in bull riding is not going to strengthen their rival in the dark side, ultimately leading to the destruction of an entire academy. He's just going to be a good bull rider.
Yeah. Let me ask this though: did he have an internal debate before he threw that lightsaber away? He actually takes it from her. He didn't
He
have
knew
to
this
take
day
it
was
from
going to
her.
come.
He holds it. He kind of looks around on it. Then he chooses. Now the look on his face when he does it is just a pure like asshole moment, and that kind of makes it really bad. But I think he has an internal debate right there with himself of what do I do with this now? This part of my life is coming back.
Well, you guys remember when I was like, "Look, I'm gonna dive into this. I'm gonna try to really take part in it." Do you remember that?
I lied.
Yeah, we know.
Still trash. And every time I talk about it, and I'm like, "Look, I don't identify with this as much as I do with all the beautiful stuff that came before it." And I put it out on YouTube and I say, "Hey, look, I don't feel that way." And I just get this just laughing at me. You know what I mean? All the
Listen.
cronies.
It's walking away from your old life and not looking back is some of the hardest stuff you'll ever do.
Mm-hmm.
Literally picking up and just erasing your previous existence is some hard stuff.
Yeah, I have.
And that person had his whole world melt around him, right? Literally everything
I
in
thought
his
that
life,
shit was his fault too.
right? Blames himself, guilt on guilt, on guilt, on shame, on guilt, on guilt. And, you know, not everybody, even the most powerful, and I think that for me, that's part of what, again, the movies are not perfect, but the lessons I take away from them is that even broken people can come back. And sometimes you need to step away to find yourself again.
Yeah, and Luke, when he was stepping away, he learned how to break dance like dancers from like the 80s or 90s. Did you notice that? How he did the Michael Jackson layback and then like a 720 and came back because Did you see that? How that happened?
Was
just
it?
have a stroke?
Did he not reach out to Leia before that? Did he
I don't
not
know.
reconnect
Hey,
before?
Lance moves
Yeah.
were on point. You know, I'd seen a lot of saber combat leading up to those movies, but I never thought to incorporate like Subway's 80s breakdancing into lightsaber fights. And so I thank the story group and I thank KK for doing that because they opened my eyes to something that I didn't know. That's the most important part, is that I didn't see that before.
The Force will find its vessels, bro.
And that's the thing. That's what I'm saying, is like, if they just did, it takes two to make a thing go right, and then he around to the left, I thought, you know, it's beautiful. It rhymed.
It did. It was like the same move he used on Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
The lean back.
That's what I'm saying. The lean back and then the
It's like something they only teach you as a Jedi Master.
I think Anakin told him what droidicas were, and he was like, bro, if I just did what a droidica did, I could get away from any situation. And so he rolled like a droidica around Kylo Ren.
So
You know.
you're not. So the death of his friend is what reinvigorates his spark.
Right. That scene we got where he's super upset about Han dying.
Take your time. Take your time. Breathe. You're foaming at the mouth. Breathe
Oh,
a
I'm
second.
listening.
You're foaming at the mouth. So he hears the news. Where's Han? Okay, well, he's dead. Great. Everybody goes to night. Han's cooking some chicken.
Mhm.
And he walks into the
Chewie's
Falcon.
cooking pork.
He's cooking chicken.
Yeah.
And the other chicken are watching him cook the chicken, which is super weird, but we're
Mhm.
gonna move beyond that.
Okay.
And he walks into the cockpit of the Falcon,
Mhm.
and he literally remembers his old life.
Mm.
The X-wing, yeah, it's stashed in the water, whatever. But he walks in this place where he met
Yeah, whatever. It's
whole
fucking
old
Red
family.
Five,
Yeah,
put
his
down the
X-wing's
Empire,
sitting there, whatever. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. That's it's
Yeah.
the one he's had forever. It's old hat.
Yeah.
But he walks into this place where his whole life changed. This
Mhm.
ship is really where his whole life changed. Where
Sure.
he's learning about the Force, where he has his initial training with Ben.
Mhm.
He meets his new best friends, right? And he walks in this place knowing they're all dead
Mm.
except for one. Right?
You think that would be like emotional?
And he walks in, and what does he grab? He grabs the one thing that is important to his friend. And that's what reignites the spark in him, because
Mhm.
he's already feeling the Force at that point.
Mhm.
It's not that moment where he's getting pushed around by Rey. That's just the first time he uses a physical force.
Which is one of my favorite scenes, by the way. I love it when Rey beats up a Jedi Grandmaster.
Oh, without a lightsaber. Right. It's like taking a knife to a gunfight. Right.
Yeah, because
No big-
everybody knows that a Jedi Grandmaster without his saber is fucking useless.
No big deal. No big deal. He's just like, oh,
I feel like Matt Cave and Fox are just like, we're gonna let this one play out. We're just gonna sit right back here.
Oh, mom and dad are fighting again.
I assure you, this,
Yeah. So hey, how are you doing?
is 100%
here.
usual discourse between Obsession and I. This is not.
there's
worry.
so much
Parents
hate in
aren't
the world.
fighting.
There's so much hate in the world. You have to dissect and hate the things that are bringing life to the new things you want. It's like, you hate the old lady for birthing the baby, but you love the baby. Right? So like for me, it's like,
I don't hate George though, and he birthed the OT.
Yeah, but this stuff, I know you're gonna hate it, and you and Coach and the rest of you guys are like, if this happens, I quit Star Wars.
This
Right?
was beautiful. R2
It's not-
playing Leia's message, that
It's-
dragged the emotion out of me.
Right, but again,
And
that's
so moments like that where you actually play on your OT fans' emotions. That's what works. But they instead decided just to say, fuck it, fuck them. These are our new people.
there's
We're
a
gonna
lot
be
of
new
old
people.
there's a lot of old stuff in Luke's quarters. There's
him
a lot of
reaching him, dude, the temple flaming, him putting his hand on R2 and collapsing. Those are all dead bodies around him. It's not chunks of the building.
Kids.
Those
Those are
dead
kids.
bodies.
Kids. Those are little kids.
And they're Ben's
they
best
explored that
friends. They're
so
best friends of his
deeply,
nephew.
didn't
Dude,
they?
they're
They really
best friends of
explored
his
that a lot,
nephew.
didn't
bro.
There are
Back-
flashbacks in comics where he is training these
Love it.
children, bro. There's
My favorite
flashbacks in the
thing is when
comics.
the session goes,
Bro, you thrive on the negative of that movie instead of looking at the feeder that it is now. Right?
no,
'Cause
the
now it's
positive moments in that are big time.
right, but your negativity towards it drowned them.
The
Right.
negativity is for the stuff that they missed.
You're not gonna bat 1,000. No one
Not
bats
for,
1,000.
not for what's there. It's for
No one
what
bats
was
1,000.
missed. That's how I
Well,
feel about those movies. It's not.
No.
It's not for what they did. It's for what they didn't do. That's
Well-
my beef with the sequels.
You
You're
have to
gonna-
read.
you're
You
gonna
have to
hate
cover all the mediums, man. It's not
Well,
all
you're gonna
happening in the movies.
And you're gonna hate life more when they connect all of this stuff over the next 10 years, and you're gonna be like, I hate Star Wars because everything's about the sequels now. And that's okay. But I'm telling you, strap in, grab your bubby and your baba, because it's coming.
I got my
They're
butt.
gonna- Good. Then you just
Yeah.
make sure you grab your baba and
Yeah.
and get ready because they're connecting this stuff. It's coming. All that cloning stuff we saw in Mandalorian,
Well, I
Just
know. I
dyad.
know it's
They're
coming.
threading
I know
that-
it's coming for sure.
threading all that stuff right in. So the more you bag on the sequels, the more you're going to dislike the content that's coming because there's going to be a lot of my favorite two words, connective tissue.
Oh my God, you're a.
They're already talking about Ray coming back as an older Ray.
Oh my
Yeah, I
God.
heard that for.
Ray!
All
I
right,
need
let me.
that
let me-
for when I
You
have-
should read though. Someone commented you should read the Rise of Kylo Ren, or at the very least find the breakdowns. They're amazing.
And there's a lot of them.
That run was really good. 6 comics, I believe.
It's
Here's
just
what I think we should do.
so crazy to me that like at this point it's being like you're a fake fan if you don't like the sequels, bro.
No, I'm
There's
not
stuff
saying that at
you
all.
just don't understand.
Just
saying-
uneducated.
Like, what?
Oh my God.
Go read a comic.
Go read a book, boomer.
I just
great.
dude, I can't move off it. Like I'm stuck here.
I
That's
know.
I will say,
Trilogy's
dude,
fucking shit.
had
I'm
to-
stuck here.
I had to convince myself of the Luke Skywalker stuff. I did. It took me a while, but now I'm
That's
like,
what we want from content.
he did not
creators.
have a choice.
We want them to give us content, and you have to convince yourself that you like it.
Darkness rises and light to meet it. Like they,
All right,
they
Matt,
did not
okay.
give him a choice.
Okay, so
I know
for
Matt
me-
Cave's in my camp, but he's just not going to yell about it.
for me-
Here's what I want to do.
Go- please, Matt, please go.
Here's what I want to do. So I'm just waiting for the time to sit and do this, and I've been talking with Coffee on Korriban about it and everything, and Paul over on his stuff with a rewatch of the sequels. I haven't watched them in a very long time, and I want to rewatch them, but with a purpose. I want to rewatch them looking for the things that I like in it. Not I know what I don't like about it. I think overall that trilogy did not do what I wanted it to do. And that's me. That's what and but there was story there. There was story elements, this redemption arc for Luke, this new phase of his life. I think it was mishandled, but I get what they were trying to do. Like when I saw that film, when I saw Last Jedi, I was talking with a bunch of people I worked with, and I said, overall, I didn't like it, but I appreciated what they tried to do because they tried to take it in a new direction and do something different with it. But overall, I have a very hard time getting over throwing the lightsaber over the shoulder, and that was so early in the film that it took me right out. But it's what I want to do is rewatch these and point out the good things, the things that they actually did right. So I propose this. What if we get a watch party for the sequel trilogy? A whole bunch of us. Coffee on Korriban, Paul, anybody who wants to go, right? I'll host it and do the whole thing, right? What do you got?
Nothing. You're good. I'm just rolling in my head. Go on.
We'll do one at a time. We watch Force Awakens. We live stream after. We talk about what we just experienced watching this as an audience coming back to these films, that we have so much hate and anger built up about these films. And I'm with you. X-Wing, I am with you. I there are things of this trilogy that I absolutely hate. But I'm so curious now of what I'm going to think of them going back after all this time. I saw Rise of Skywalker in the theaters. So what was that? 2 years ago now? 3 years ago?
I don't even know, to be
honest.
honest.
The other one's way longer than that.
The hard part for me is that I went into them looking for things that I loved. So our stuff is flipped. I went in and found all the things that I loved, and then when I rewatched, I'm like, wait, what the fuck? And then I rewatched again. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? And then I rewatched again. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? This is a disservice.
It's never going to be as good as what we wanted it to be. We all had expectations. We all had.
You guys
what we
had a
wanted
lot
to
of expectations.
A
Let's
lot,
be on the real. You guys had a lot of expectations.
I had like one or two
on this being George's sequel, right? And so from
Jump
Street,
George Lucas's universe.
sold it.
He sold it. Sold it. That ship sailed.
I don't care.
Again,
that's like saying somebody sold the UN and they're like, well, the UN wanted to help people, but they sold it.
Horrible analogy. But anyway, we'll continue on your premise. So, yes, it was not what you guys expected, because you guys wanted them to follow the Legends stuff. You guys wanted them to follow the EU stuff, something along those lines, and they didn't. But at the same time, what for me, it's more about the story of a war hero that has serious PTSD, right? Luke,
multiple
Luke.
times. He was living with it before the academy.
Right.
He was living with it before the academy.
Was partially responsible for the death of his father, right? Yes, he helped his father in his redemption, but he had a lot of PTSD before he even started his academy. And then you start this thing that you were really reluctant to do because you didn't really want to do it. And your sister was kind of like, bro, are you going to train my son or what? And he's like, oh, shit. All right. Well, I guess I'll start this academy. And he really didn't want to, because this is exactly what he was afraid of. He didn't want to fail and mess up. And he did, right? With his star pupil. And his star pupil, who he taught everything, kills everybody. And then leaves them right there burning and rotting like his aunt and uncle were, like he burned his father's body, right? There's a lot of PTSD built up in this man that people forget is a man, because he is the grandmaster Jedi of his generation, right? So we forget the PTSD that this man went through to say that he is incapable of breaking and walking away from something is not fair. So
agreed,
I know a lot of people are really upset at how they did Luke. But at the end of the day, I know a lot of people don't like the way it finished, but he went out like a boss. He tricked a powerful dark Sith into believing that his force essence, whatever you want to call it, his force projection was real. And when he walked away, he didn't say gotcha or anything like that. He said, I'll see you around, kid. And he winked at him because he loved his nephew, right? He loved his nephew also.
It's so gross.
It's family.
Bro, the hardest part about
it's family.
That's so gross.
No, I think it's
The
lovely.
hardest part about all of this is the story's not over yet, man.
Hmm.
The gap between the OT and where we see Luke now is going to still be told. It really it doesn't bother me, but it blows my mind the amount of sympathy that people have for Vader stuck in his suit, going through all this goddamn pain, whatever, but nobody has any sympathy for what Luke Skywalker went through. And people will sit here and preach that he's their hero. You want to sit here and tell us how much he's your hero, and no one feels bad for this guy.
Yeah. How could he break? How could he do?
It breaks me. I had to
simp.
convince myself of it.
Dude, Luke
but it
killed
breaks
his
me to think
father.
about what he went through.
He's
That's how
the one
passionate
who
I am about
ultimately killed his
that Luke.
father, right? Anakin didn't have to deal with that. Anakin's mother died because he didn't get there soon enough. He didn't cut off his hand and beat her to death almost, right? Like I agree with you, Hawks. It's kind of bullshit that everybody's so sympathetic for Anakin and Vader and their
100%.
woe is me when you hear about the pain he went through.
Just because the story was bad in that part of that
and the
movie.
writing
It's
was
not
bad and
over
the
yet.
directing
They're
was bad,
filling in
but
all these gaps.
Luke's story really makes me think of old war heroes. Like really makes me think of the PTSD that people really go through.
He's the
Right?
homie,
And
bro. He's been
Look,
through it
if
all.
you want to talk to somebody,
it.
talk to this.
But you know what? You make a good. There's something you just said, Hawk. Right? That is one of the reasons why I have so much trouble with this sequel trilogy. Is that you mentioned they're filling in these gaps, right? There are massive gaps, and the problem is that I appreciate what was trying to be done with The Last Jedi, because The Last Jedi was supposed to be the Empire Strikes Back of this
It's supposed
trilogy,
to be dope.
right?
Mhm.
It was a joke.
But
It was supposed to be dope.
it was supposed to be dope. The problem is these 3 films don't connect.
No.
Force Awakens set up multiple plot lines that got completely ignored. Then we get thrown in our face the phrase damage control for the entire lead up of Rise of Skywalker. And that killed a lot of things. But I still appreciate what was trying to be done with the second film with Last Jedi. The problem is Last Jedi ignored Force Awakens. I like the idea of a redemption story, Luke coming back from his darkest moment and all this. I totally get that. I totally appreciate it. The problem is that he was supposed to be on that island for a different reason.
Yes, but
He could still be in his dark place. I'm not saying
how do we know he didn't go back? Is my point, right? He
Well,
goes there for an initial reason. How do we know he doesn't go back there knowing how secluded and off grid it is?
that's the thing. It's these gaps.
Right.
The film should have told a complete story and then let comics and everything tell extra things. But I don't want to go to a movie and then be like, now I have to go read this book to finish the story. Like, I want the movie to tell me the story. And that's where
and honestly, the story team fumbled the ball, giving directors carte blanche.
No.
Right. This is not, a Star Trek movie that you can build your own thing, right? This is a Star Wars franchise trilogy that you're building. You're supposed to be building off of each other, and instead JJ came in and set up his blocks, and Ryan came in and kicked over his blocks, used 2 or 3 of the base blocks, and then came in and built his little thing, and JJ came in and did the same thing. So there was a big pissing contest. Ryan couldn't, I think, honestly, being a bigger man and continuing the story and securing your legacy and more opportunity for you, but coming in and literally, pissing in dudes' Cheerios is not the way to do it.
Yeah, that was my biggest gripe with it too.
Yeah,
The Daisy Ridley interview where they said like up to 2 weeks before that shit, they didn't even know if Palpatine was going to be her father. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, there was nothing was handled right on the back end. That's the biggest problem. The story ended up suffering big time because of that. And now we suffer as fans because of that.
But you got to get over it at some point.
Yes, which
At
is
some
my
point,
entire point of going back to these films.
You need to. I'm not telling you what to do. It would behoove you to get the fuck over it.
Hmm.
Right? It's like an old
No.
girlfriend that did you dirty. Get
No.
over it.
And
No.
the stories will be told that are
Because
going to
they're
help you
going
guys
to
get over
help
it.
you
Yep.
figure this out
Yep.
because there's so much disdain.
It's
Fair
just
enough.
Thoughts and prayers, bro.
Hey, look, your dad used to beat the shit out of you. Just get over it.
Oh my
over it.
God.
This is more
I thought
like
the UN analogy was
has
bad.
changed.
Yeah.
He's
Another-
now.
Hold my hand, X-Wing.
like
I'm not
There you
saying
go.
that. I'm not even saying that, like, oh, they're gonna fill in the gaps. It's just this is what they do, man. Everybody, there are a strong contingency of people that did not like the prequels, and then
Bro.
we got the series, and then we
Bro.
got the animated show.
Yeah,
and
the sequels are
They-
totally the same as the prequels.
they
you know?
will be.
Makes that
They will
argument
be.
is that, like, look, here's the deal. Everybody hated the sequels, or I'm sorry, the prequels.
Mhm.
And then some time passed, and now they love them. Are you, kidding me? That's a
something
real argument for the sequels, dude.
That's an argument for people who enjoy the sequels
sequels are-
now.
But it is a
That's
different
my
animal
argument because
though.
I enjoy
the,
them now.
the prequels were a story that connected. This was
True.
it's a different animal. The prequels
Yeah.
fit.
the hate
You
was
mean
none
like
the wiser.
storytelling?
Oh yeah,
You guys
the
need
hate
to
was
lean
none the
into that
wiser.
hate that the
Just-
story wasn't
You
connected.
can't color hate that way, right? Hate is hate, whether it's for
Yeah.
the story or for the hate is hate. You don't get to color what color you want the hate to be.
So you think the sequel trilogy is going to be loved in the next
I
10
do.
I think in the next 10 years, you guys will be eating your words, several of them out of a bowl.
And
Because
I don't think it'll be nostalgia to death either.
no, I think
Mm.
I think you guys
No.
will eat it eventually. I think you guys will get over it. They'll make some stuff that connects it, and you'll
I'm
go.
going to get over it.
That's
I
the
hear
thing.
I mean, we
though.
have Mount Tantus. We have a lot of things, bro.
No, but
They're
that's
like
what I'm
people
saying.
forget about every
We have
line matters.
record of Luke Skywalker being a fucking bitch.
Again, you'll get over it.
When?
eventually.
Where?
I'm going to get over Luke Sky.
You're gonna get over it because
Well,
they're going to
when-
explain
when-
it. You're going to go, oh well,
Yeah.
since you put it like that, and you're gonna hate.
What do I
I see
have
no-
like eye makeup on and dye my
I see
hair
no
black?
bitch
Like I'm
in
some
Luke
kind of
Skywalker
emo kid.
ever,
Like,
bro.
oh well, I should have thought about
I don't
this,
see.
but-
If you see that Luke Skywalker is a bitch, then
Then he would reconnect to the Force so fast
I
it would
didn't say
destroy
that.
you.
They
that's
did.
what you just said.
They did that.
So
Right.
was he or was he not a bitch?
Fuck no,
In the Last
Okay.
Jedi.
dude. It's Luke Skywalker.
Thank you.
Thank
Whatever,
you.
whatever
Luke
dude
That's all
was,
I'm saying.
Skywalker.
whatever
Thank
dude was in that movie was Jake.
Okay, it's like meeting this. I can't even
Let's
defend it.
fucking go.
I can't because
Wait, before what was the next question? Was there another one, or were you just gonna let us keep
No, this
going
is
on
debate
this
the whole
shit
time.
forever?
He just threw a log
setup.
covered in grease
Yeah,
into the
He
fire.
just
It
threw a
was
piece
just
of dynamite into the fire and goes, "Hey, watch this."
here's what's going to happen in the years to come. And I agree, we are going to feel better about it, but here's why. They will connect this to the sequel trilogy eventually. I truly believe that's inevitable because they sunk it in the stories there, right? We'll get more Luke Skywalker. That's going to lead up to this. Here's my problem with that. It shouldn't be required to make that story better.
To me,
I
it's not.
think the prequels I love the prequels, and I think Clone Wars and everything made the prequels even better without having to exist. But now we need something to fill these gaps. The problem that's the thing. I like extra things that were like, oh, that's cool. We find out what happened there and everything. But is it really needed? We didn't need Rogue One. We didn't need all these things, but I love Rogue One. Do I need it? No, because A New Hope is fantastic.
There ain't a fucking world where Rey is put on the same spectrum as Anakin Skywalker.
She's not meant to be. That's not her. That's
Good.
not her.
She's never gonna
Well, I
be.
mean, he's not a
She's
dyad
not-
either. So
She's not technically the chosen one.
A dyad. Was
That's
that?
not.
That's
that's
the
not-
argument. You're gonna bring Rey up because of a dyad.
I mean, it's not her. It's not
Her
her.
character development is just so complex. That's what I love about Rey so much.
Yeah, there's
See,
so much unknown.
I like all of the characters
She's a woman of mystery.
in the sequels,
Yeah.
but it's just their
Storytelling? Fuck that. Why did she do what she do?
You know, I was really upset
Skywalker.
actually. With
Luke Skywalker needed his aunt uncle to take care of him the whole time he was growing up. This chick did it by herself, living in an AT-AT.
Yeah, could you imagine having parents growing up? That's so weird.
Yeah.
I was actually like kind of
life
pissed
sitting
about
on that Moisture Farmers.
Even like Luke, could you imagine him having actual parents? That's weird.
Yeah.
Super unexpected. You know what you did? You just subverted my expectations. You're right. I
Han
should
and Leia not being
expected
together really bothered
anyone
me.
who's strong in the Force should just not have parents.
Well, you know, I mean, again, you don't like the cloning stuff that of Palpatine's clones.
One of my favorite movies is literally called The Attack of the Clones.
Right. But you don't like the Emperor's clones. You don't like the idea of him
Not true
cloning
at all.
himself. Okay, so
Yeah,
why is it
totally
so unheard of that one of his clones that's inert basically has a kid that happens to, I don't know, happens to have some metachlorines, and
Because of his bloodline.
they want to hide her because they know what dude's trying to do.
They want to
And that-
hide her?
That
Why?
story sucks
Why? Why would they hide her?
because they knew Palpatine
Grandpa
wanted
Palps
her.
wants to take her.
Okay.
Right. So this whole thing is spun off of she's got parents. Her parents left her to make sure she didn't end up in the hands of the Emperor.
Mhm.
So he couldn't do his thing and come back because his inert clone knew.
Okay.
So instead he hides her on this desert world as a child, and she has to survive thinking she's trash. But come to find out she's not trash. She was the key to the kingdom the whole time. Right. So like her character development really sucks because she doesn't have parents.
Damn.
No,
Right?
that's
Like-
not what it. That's not what.
Like
it
that's
is.
what you're saying. Like nobody should have parents. Well, sorry, bro, she's got parents.
So her character development sucks because she doesn't have parents.
That's what you're saying. That's exactly what you're saying right now. You're telling me that, oh, well, her character development sucks. Well, her character development she's got a lot of development. She's got a lot of backstory. Luke
Explain.
Skywalker had parents.
Explain
They did
it.
they did
What's
3
her
whole movies
character
about his
development?
parents'
Explain it.
backstory. I mean, you're
You
hating
remember that
the
scene when
decision-
she's like, I bypassed the compressor. All I saw was I bypassed the journey.
You don't like her because she's not. You don't like her because of what happened with Luke. Like you blame her
Correct.
whole story arc because Luke took a saber and threw it away, and that when he threw that
She
saber.
also
So you want my
beat
answer?
shit out of him
You want my
for,
answer like that?
no reason.
That
She
when
beat
he-
shit out of Luke Skywalker for no
He came
like
in and said, "Here,
For
teach
no
me.
reason.
Here,
For no
teach me.
reason?
Here's your lightsaber."
There's
And-
no
and
way
he's
she
the
would
one-
have. There is no
Wait,
way
wait, wait.
she messed
He's
him
the
up.
one. He's the one who ruined the movie for you, right? When he took the saber and threw it away. He's like, "Nah, not my cup of tea anymore." And you're like, "Oh, that's it. The movie's over, right? This sucks." When that happened, he threw your, I don't know, any kind of open-mindedness for Rey right out the window. Like it went with the lightsaber because as soon as that happened, you're like, "This movie sucks. I'm never gonna like it." Because of this moment."
I don't ever want to see a new
Come on.
character be cool at the expense of a legend. And so when she
I think
beat up Luke motherfucking Skywalker,
she
she
beat
took
up Ben
a
Solo
staff
first,
and
I
beat
think
up
that-
Luke Skywalker. The
that
guy
pissed
who
you off
killed
first.
Darth Vader, took down the Emperor, blew up a fucking Death Star, the Grand Master of a Jedi Order, somebody who you could never even get within half an inch with a knife, a brick. I don't care who you are. It's fucking Luke Skywalker.
and his
And
nephew.
some-
took him
somebody
down.
like, oh well, I guess I'm a Palpatine. I don't
Well,
know that I have force powers, but I'm gonna beat up Luke Skywalker. Like BS. He would have beat her face against a rock and threw her into the fucking ocean.
You really didn't like her before that because she was overpowered in the Force
I
Awakens.
liked her in the Force Awakens.
She was
liked her in The Force Awakens.
overpowered. And how could she beat up a trained Sith and blah, 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 blah.
She can't beat
Right.
up a trained Sith, and she can't beat up a trained Jedi.
And a Jedi that has no connection to the Force, that has literally cut himself completely off from the Force. No one can beat that guy, right?
Correct.
She definitely was overpowered in The Force Awakens, but here's what would have fixed it. Because when you watch the trailer I went back recently and watched the trailers for these 3 movies, and those 3 trailers are good. They hype you up for these movies. And after the end of Force Awakens, the biggest thing I wanted, which was one of my biggest letdowns of The Last Jedi, was I wanted Luke training Rey. It's like you have all this power, you don't know what to do with it. It's practically exploding out of you. Let's get it under control. And that trailer for Last Jedi is showing what looks like her being trained.
The palm leaf on the hand.
They did the
Yeah,
silly
let's
moment
go.
and stuff like that. But
Yeah, totally
the
into it.
trailer's like all these panning things around the island. She's swinging the saber and everything. It's like, all right, this is what I want. I want to see like a Dagobah sort of thing.
It's like
but
an hour of
expanded.
Dagobah. Yeah.
Yeah. That was my biggest letdown there. And the second he threw the lightsaber over his shoulder, I immediately knew we're not getting that.
Yep.
So if you guys do get all of that, is it fixed? If
The
you
film
get
is a
all
lot
these
better.
things that
If
I'm
you
saying like there are certain things that they missed that other stories can fill in. I'm not saying that filling in the gaps is going to cure everything. What I think me and Obsession are trying to say is that this goddamn story's not over yet. It's poetry, bro. You have
It's
to
not
be
over yet.
patient
You're
with
right.
this stuff.
Yeah.
You guys are like
You're acting like those small cracks
stiff
are like a
absolutes.
little bit of a chap lip. This is like
Bro,
a
you're
massive
ignoring
wound.
things.
Hawks,
Sure, but you're ignoring.
I've tried to explain the symphony. He's a
Let me
cellist.
try.
He should get it.
Let me try.
I've tried to explain
Did you say
It
I'm
doesn't-
childish?
cellist.
You guys.
No.
Yeah. Well.
You call me childish. I'll be childish.
Fox is the color of your background right now. He's hyped up right
just-
now. He's
it's
like
just
a
funny.
Lord, I'm
It's
waiting
just
for his
funny to
eyes to
me.
turn yellow.
No, let me
Yeah.
Hawk. Let me go for it. I want to know.
No, I just think it's funny how people ignore the dyad stuff and they ignore the fact that, you know, and this is really shitty writing, sure, but and I can agree, bro. I will say that from the beginning. The fact that they didn't know what the hell they were doing between the 2 movies and the passing back and forth is whatever.
I
At this
thought
point,
that was
though,
the
it's
applause.
secondary.
Sorry.
Like
Mm.
at this point, that shit to
There it
me is secondary. So when Kylo Ren is interrogating her and she is able to access his mind the same way that she's accessing his, right then and there, that is the knowledge that she needed to know that the Force existed. Imagine,
Damn, how do you know how to fucking mind?
imagine you're
Jedi.
growing up. Just try to imagine you're growing up, not ever knowing this shit ever existed, and then someone goes into your freaking brain, and then you realize that in that moment you can control this other dude's mind. Would you not? Would you not, with all of your being, go down that rabbit hole as deep and as fast as you can? That's what she did. That's why she became so powerful. She put all her energy into that. She had no other thing in her life that was going anywhere.
Not to mention, I
reach.
mean, you give Luke, right, who arguably was a powerful Jedi when he faced Vader,
Arguably,
but his saber skills were not that of the older guard, right, of Jedi in comparison. And that's why I've always said saber to saber, Ahsoka beats that ass, right? And
Bro, old ass Obi-Wan could barely stand up. Of course she whooped old Luke Skywalker's ass.
thank you. So aside from that, the symphony's not done being written.
Let me just say this about that moment. Luke was not trying to fight back. It's very
For
clear.
sure.
Go
He
back.
also
and
wasn't
see-
trying to crack his
he's not
skull on the
trying to-
stairs either.
Luke could have wrecked her
Yes.
if he wanted to.
Yes, but he chose.
Not disagreeing.
He made a choice.
Because otherwise, that's dark side, man. That's
Right.
Luke going ham in the wrong way.
Well, and here's
Graph
another
is
thing.
here.
Luke was not. Luke had, and this is arguable. Luke had training from a Force Ghost Obi, potentially Force Ghost Anakin, potentially Force Ghost Yoda, right? That's why I'm using these, because we've never really seen it. But he starts going on these adventures to acquire all these ancient Jedi artifacts that give him more knowledge into the Force. And then you fast forward a little while longer, he's got these ancient Jedi texts. He's been to all these ancient Jedi temples that everybody really forgot about and didn't know about. He's collecting all this knowledge. So when he is training Ben and all the rest of his students, he is Grandmaster Luke Skywalker. And then his nephew beats his ass because in his moment of rage, he doesn't see what's coming. And so he gets thwopped. And in the meanwhile, everything the dude built, all the stuff he'd acquired, all the knowledge that he had passed on over years is laying on the floor in puddles, in pieces, and arms are missing from kids and heads are potentially cut off.
That totally sounds like something that like Yoda would do, right?
Right. So this is
fall to the dark. That's what Luke would do. The guy
in that moment
turned the most evil man in the galaxy. He'd be like, you know what? This little guy scares me.
You're right.
Kill him in his sleep.
He's perfect, right? He's perfect. He's the perfect person, right? He's the manifestation of the midichlorians. He is basically the daughter, right? Or the father.
We're not going to do midichlorians right now. We're not doing midichlorians.
He is basically God, right? He is a god to most
people.
No,
he's not a god.
Right? Well, you were saying he is because he's perfect. He's infallible to you.
No, he's not infallible.
No, you're telling me right now he couldn't have a moment of weakness.
No, and this is where you and everybody else who makes these like, he's perfect. He's perfect. He's so perfect. That's not true. He's a human who learned his mistake.
Now
he learned his mistake with Vader. He learned his mistake.
Apparently not, because lesson.
What was the mistake?
Vader.
With Vader, he turns
started to
dark
go to
and
the
he
dark.
goes at him.
He was beating his ass, and he was beating his ass, and he was beating his ass, and he cut his hand off. And he was like, you know what? I went to the dark. I'm never going to do that again. And he looks at his hand, and he goes, and then he looks at his father's hand, and he knows he's never going to do that again. And Disney's like, fuck it. Send it. He's going back into the dark.
Alcoholics and drug addicts and every other kind of person doesn't fall back and make mistakes, right? People don't fall back and make another mistake.
I mean, for money, yeah, I guess they would.
It never happens again, where you look into the mind of a person you've been molding for, I don't know, better part of a decade, and you see the betrayal that's ensuing. And for a brief moment, you're like, I got to end this before it starts.
Bullshit.
But then you come to your senses and go, oh man, that's bullshit. But the damage is done because that little kid already saw the chink in his master's armor, and that's what pushed him over the edge.
And I want to be like Luke Skywalker. So like the first time that my kid gets in a fight in school, like I'm going to pull a gun out and walk up to him while he's sleeping and be like,
here,
I thought you were.
PTSD is tough, dude. You went through a war, and you had to kill your father at the end of it.
You didn't kill him.
Basically.
No, he didn't. The Emperor did.
You guys are oversimplifying so much. Next question.
Let's go. Talk.
Here's what would have made that fit
Obsession
better.
and I can argue for like the next 16 hours, and then when we get off stream, we'll be like,
we giggle.
Such a good stream.
We have to just avoid, and I'm doing it too. We just have to avoid the whataboutisms, because like we all have our own opinions. We all come from a different angle on this stuff. I just wish that you were aligned more with me. I wish you guys were hyped about dyad connections and that, and in the future.
I think dyad connections are awesome. I've loved it since Coach.
So I'm just talking about that stuff. I'm trying to ignore that other stuff. I think the other stuff is going to be healed or fixed in some form or fashion. I don't think all you guys, Felicity, you're included, are going to hate Star Wars forever. I think these Mandalorian shows, these EU connections. I think it's all going to help, and eventually you guys will come back. I'll be here for you with open arms.
That's what it is.
It's all love.
We're gonna get all these things that are leading up to it
Anyway,
that are
next.
going to make swallowing the sequel trilogy pill easier.
I get
That's all. It's not going to heal it. It's not going to fix the sequel trilogy. It's going to make it easier to consume because we're going to have this like, okay, that moment, Luke's moment of weakness and turning on Ben, right? As far as the movie's concerned and what they tell us, it was
Matt Cave, I have to stop you. I'm not gonna fucking let it be okay.
it's not going to be
I'm
okay.
never gonna let the sequel trilogy be okay. I'm
But
not okay with it.
Look at this from this point of view. All we
Yeah,
get told is
strap
that
in,
he had a
baby.
single moment of weakness.
I'm ready to put some money on that bet.
So right at that moment, he's willing to kill his nephew. But if we would have saw build up, like he keeps having these visions over and over, and his world is getting clouded by the dark side, and then he snaps. Okay, now we got some meat here.
That's dude. That's what I'm saying. Is this is a man.
Fucking Marvel.
This is a
Snaps
man.
and then everything's come on.
This is,
All right,
There's
all
very
right.
good comic books
again,
out
this
there.
isn't Anakin Skywalker, right? This isn't that person, and everybody expects. Basically, for me, Luke to you guys is like space Jesus. Like, forget Obi-Wan Kenobi. For you guys, Luke is like space Jesus. He can't do wrong. He makes water into wine. He walks on water, right? Infallible, makes no mistakes. Is impervious to the dark side.
Well, you're so
ever.
wrong, dude. You
Yeah,
keep
no.
thinking about Luke like he's a deity. Like
That's how
he
you
was-
guys
he
make it
never
out.
does anything wrong. Oh, look at Luke walking around. He's so perfect. And you're wrong.
That
You're
he
wrong.
is fallible. I keep saying he is faltering because he is human. He is a man. He is
Luke
not.
gets his hand cut off. He completely. You know what?
Here's one for you.
You and I are just gonna do one. You and I are just gonna do one. We're just gonna do one. And you know I love you. You gotta tell me you love me too.
You're great.
I love you.
Yeah, I love you too.
Yeah, there it is.
Stuck for
The
cover.
most powerful
Homie.
Jedi we've ever known in all of the galaxy, travels all over, finds all of Palpatine's vaults, all the artifacts, builds a temple, does all these things that no one has ever been capable of, and makes all the choices for himself. But he's wrong. But he's wrong, right? He's wrong. He's not making the right choices, right? Okay.
Dude, does the timeline?
He's the smartest Jedi in the
Is
galaxy.
in here? Because he's not.
I don't know. I'm not.
There's
on
been like 3 or 4 comments. He's been like, 2 Star Wars nerds is right.
Are you sure it's not just two?
Who's 2-star?
Oh, you have, dude. Look at the overlay at the
Oh
bottom.
yeah, that's what I was. That's what I was gonna tell you earlier.
Boomer.
That's what I was gonna tell you earlier.
Humor.
I saw it at the beginning, but then I got sucked into fun shit, and I was like, "Oh, Matt Cave's name isn't on there."
Oh my
That's what it is. That's what it is. Hi, I'm the Matt Cave.
So, Chase, how do you feel about
I don't have nearly as epic a mustache as Mr. 2 Star Wars.
Epic.
That's fantastic. I love that happened.
So, Chase, how do you feel about having 2.7 subs?
Well, hold on, I have to
Yeah.
talk. I have to talk a lot quieter and
Make
soothing
sure that you talk right into the.
because dude, I can listen to him talk.
It's
all
getting
day.
hot in here.
I hope Chase sees this, dude.
We love you, brother. We love
gotta
you.
clip it and send it to him. Hey, anywho, we've been rolling for actually almost about 2 hours on the spot. Damn, what a go!
I'm sweating.
I am sweating actually. Like I'm legit sweating.
I enjoyed the hell out
Ruining my Last Jedi shirt, bro. Jeez.
Oh, really? Okay, keep
I
this
wore it
going.
for the special occasion.
You wore a Last Jedi shirt on my
I
stream.
told you I was gonna
Yeah,
wear your favorite shirt.
We were talking about it earlier.
I said the pink one.
Wow. All right, hold on a second. Do we all own sequel trilogy T-shirts in one way or another?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have a
some
bunch of
Stormtrooper
them.
shirts,
I have
too.
a Force Awakens one. I have
you
I have a
serious?
Solo one.
Fuck, I don't own
I have
any.
Kylo Ren shirts for sure.
I have
Yeah.
a Kylo Ren
You don't have
one.
any
It's like an
Kylo Ren?
animated thing.
I have none.
I don't know. I have to look. I'd have to dig.
I'm gonna have to send you one.
I think I actually do have one. I think I have one piece of sequel trilogy. I don't know where it is. It's buried, but I do have one.
Were Star Wars fans like the NFL fans when the sequels came out? They were just burning all their old memorabilia, burning all their old Luke Skywalker shit.
Dude, wasn't there
Some
like
were, dude.
there was some guy that took like all the old
Yeah,
character
and
toys
just
and lit
fucking
them up?
destroyed it all.
Oh, it's not sequel. Oh no, it
Hmm.
is. I have a Walgreens special Phasma character.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I have a Phasma Walgreens
I
figure.
bought her book and never read it.
Yeah, you and everybody else.
Asma wrote a book.
That'd
He
be
was like,
awesome.
"I was going 10 years ago." Anyway,
Rebel scum.
all right, let's end it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love all of
Thank
you.
you for a beautiful Boomer Council and the 1K Boomer Council. I'm excited for the 1K Hangar Bay. I got some giveaways that are coming. So we're going to do that. Boys, great discussion. It got hot. That's my
Did.
It
favorite
did, bro.
It
I'm
physically
hot.
did.
love it. I love
I'm
it.
sorry. I love you guys still.
Love it when you get hot.
I could use it. Oh,
We're going to go apologize to each other in the after party.
Yeah, we'll just
I'll
hug it out.
see you later. May the force be with you always. If you haven't already, please go subscribe to the Star Wars Obsession, the Mad Cave, and Hawks Holocrons.
Doing
Please.
some gaming over here.
Woo, nice.
Yeah, we're gonna go fly squadrons after this. So